Hey everyone, this is Lala Reddy from Abstrakt Music Lab, and today we're going to try something different in the sound design channel. We're not going to go that much into recreating a lead. We're not going to go that much into working from scratch on something. Today we have an idea, we have a MIDI in which we're going to work with. We're actually going to try to recreate a song. We already have a lot of the presets that we have to make over here, because these came from the preset pack that I've released with Freshly Squeezed recently, and you can find this over here in the description below. And in the top right corner as well, you can see the demo over there. But we're going to try to recreate these presets over here. I already have a good idea of how they do it, but I don't have any recollection or have anything written down, and we're going to do this completely from scratch so you can know my thought process behind it. And we don't even have to do exactly the same way as the reference track, which is this one over here. Again, you can find these presets all available here in the description below. And I'm really happy to show this to you today. So we're going to start by initializing all the presets. I don't have anything on my screen. We're just going to try to recreate from scratch. We know what we have to recreate, which is a pluck, kind of a bass, something that sounds a little bit more ambient, which is the boo, boo, boo. And we also have to create a bass as well, as you can listen over here in the reference. So let's go to the sound design. It's gonna sound horrible right now. But let's go and start with the sound design here. So first we need a drone bass. That's gonna do the... Not necessarily going to do exactly like the reference, okay? But a drone bass you can just do by putting the detune up of a saw, putting the octaves down, and probably doing with the filter over here. You already have that feeling of a drone, right? Maybe this is a bit too much cutoff. And you can make your drone basses a lot more intense, adding a little bit of drive. Just make sure that this distorts the sound, and then afterwards you can just introduce a new filter just to get rid of these high frequencies. If you want a little bit more mid-range, pick an EQ and create some mid-range over here. For this one, let's do it like this. And let's keep it like this. So we have our first layer. Let's go to our second layer over here, which is going to be the poo, poo. This is what we have right now. Our second layer will be the poo, poo. This is kind of a pluck. It's kind of sounding like the M1 organ pluck. And you can do this by doing two analog to basic shapes. And if you put this one to -2, and if you put this one to -1 +7, get that feeling from the boo, boo. If you make this a bit plucky now, we need to make this plucky. Listen to the original. Really short. With a lot of reverb. So let's put the reverb over here. It has a bit of a pluck over there, so we're gonna come here to envelope 3. This is something that I do quite often in my presets. You can see me doing here in this video here in the top right corner as well. I do this for basses mostly, but this is a plug that needs a little bit more attack, so that's why we're gonna do this. We're simply picking envelope 3, and I normally do this with envelope 3. Putting this to 15, and we're gonna pick the master tune and put it all the way up to 15 over here. Now we're going to envelope 3. We're going to put this all the way down. Decay is going to go over here. Can you see how it creates a pyong? We just want to create a little pluck. smaller. There you go. Possibly a little bit more release over here in the sound, not for this one, for envelope 1. And a bit more decay here. There you go. Their bass over here has a little less MIDI, so I'm gonna take this down a bit. There you go. Now we have our second layer. The second layer, I have no idea how to make it, and we're gonna have to make it completely from scratch because I honestly forgot how to do it. I know that this is a pluck, right? And this is what we have to do. Let's try to make a pluck here. For this pluck has to be something really tight, and it can be something, it has to be a pluck. That's why we're putting here the sustain all the way down. We're gonna have to put the decay over here, and we're gonna have to use a filter as well. With the envelope 1, we're modulating this. But it needs a bit more drive here. It needs a bit more cutoff over here as well. Now let's go to the effects. I feel that, again, we need to increase a little bit of the distortion. We need to crush a little bit of that high end. And I'm gonna add a distortion to do this. And now we're gonna use another filter to create that modulation again, because we need to create that bum 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 bum. We need to create that plucky effect to it. So but there's too much low end over there, so let's pick over here an EQ. And let's use this setting over here, low cut over here, and a bell over here. We're gonna put the Q over here to 40. We need a little bit over here. We have a little bit more volume, so I'm putting this down. The one that has in the original song, it feels like it's a little bit more stereo than this one that we're making. So because of that, we're gonna pick hyper and dimension. I normally don't use hyper. Hyper makes everything detune. I just use dimension to make it a little bit wider. Normally I put the size all the way down, and the mix is what I play with. Let's play with the hyper. It seems the hyper is the one. But we need a little bit more over here. I feel that this is a bit too intense. again. I feel we have a really good start over there. I really like what we have. Not exactly it, but you can see we just did it with a saw. We just made the saw pluck here. Now we just need to make the last lead. This last lead is gonna be a little bit tricky because I feel that it has a little bit of a saw, but it also has a sound of a sine as well. So I'm gonna try both. This is gonna be tricky. We need to do something really short. Sustain all the way down. This is a pluck, so almost. Not this. Honestly, it feels like it's more of a sine. That's about it. It feels like it, right? But it feels like it has a kind of a plucky sound. So I'm gonna go here to organics. Analog. What can we use over here to maybe a guitar? There's a guitar mute over here. I think it's this one. It sounded like it had a saw, but it didn't. You can listen how the saw makes it sound a bit weird. I'm gonna add the saw, just a tiny bit of it, just so we can have... Because we need that tip, we need that tick, 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 we need that little tip, and that's the only reason why I added the saw. We have a pretty good start. I feel that over here, I'm quite happy with this. Normally what I do for plucks is reverb, delay, sometimes a little bit of distortion as well, but I don't feel that we need. But always a little bit of reverb, delays a little bit like this. I love 1/8 dot and to the last one. Let's go back to our bass over here. Later, let's go back to our bass later. I'm quite happy with this one. Now I'm going to the bass over here and doing just a little bit of here. And pretty much that's it. We've recreated this in less than 10 minutes, well, 15 minutes. But I'm happy with the result. We recreated here one of the basses. We recreated another pluck over here that you can use here as well, which is kind of like a N1 pluck. We created this pluck, this bass over here, which you can use for a lot of other genres as well. And we created this pluck over here, which you can use also. These 4 presets that we created today, you can get them here in the description below. But the ones that are original from the pack, you can have to get it here from the Splice link. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you loved it, hit the subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next Abstrakt video next week. Ciao.